I still think when you asked about the Twinkie and the toaster strudel, I really thought you meant clamshell or like what are the little bits are out.
Warning. This is an adult-oriented podcast talking about very perverse things like communication and consent. If you're under 18 and looking for answers to questions about sex or kink, please visit scarletteen.com. For the Dude Bro listeners, this is nerdy shit. Fuck off. Just not into a shampoo bottle.
From Bakersfield to Mount Olympus, Gotham Press talks naughty business. Sexual topics to explore your whoredom. Good if you're new or a kinky Yoda. Gotham Press Podcast. The nerdy kinksters your parents warned you about.
Gothamites, welcome back to the Gotham Press Podcast. Please let us know how you liked our new intro.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, we have fun news. We have amazing fun news.
Good news. Fun news?
Fun, good news.
Good news, everybody. What is it?
Good news.
Is
Okay.
it a new potato chip flavor?
Sort of.
Ooh.
Ooh. It's a new co-host.
We have a new co-host.
We have a new co-host.
Yay.
Well, hold on. We have Lala, we have Awesome, we have Noms who's guesting, and we have
Hi.
You're Not Greedy.
You're not greedy.
Greedy?
I'm
Wait,
not greedy.
Greedy, did you get taller?
Actually, I think Greedy's taller than me.
And less hairy.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know about all that. You haven't seen these shoulders.
No, but your
Upgrade.
face.
Oh,
He's much hairier in the face.
yeah. I got bored and did a dummy.
But,
You did a dummy?
You
Did
did
it.
it.
did you get out your Flowbee?
It's not a Flowbee. It's just a trimmer.
Okay. And you let it attack your face?
Yeah.
Did you bleed?
No, I kind of followed.
I said bleed.
Oh, I didn't hear the B.
Was there
Did you lead? Did you lead it to the right place?
Kind of. I kind of just did it to do it.
did it to do it?
I only bled on my first time.
Your first time what?
Oh my god. Here we are.
Riding a bike because I fell and scraped my knees.
I know.
Gothamites. He's lying. Here's what I'm going to tell you. They've been talking about vaginas ever since I got here.
No, we have not.
Yes, you have.
We've been talking about your
Your
vagina.
vagina. There's a difference. Singular.
Okay, that's true.
Listeners, none of you know this, but man, Lala's vagina.
I haven't seen it.
Have you seen my vagina, Awesome?
I aspire to.
I mean, I can hope.
Brad's
going to kill me, but you know.
So we do have to ask Awesome a question.
We do have to ask Awesome a question.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lala's vagina,
Oh, yeah.
do you think Twinkie or toaster strudel?
Gothamites, I was as confused as you
They
are.
are not
Right now.
confused.
They
You
aren't
were the
confused.
only one that was confused.
The
They all
look
understand
on
what we're talking about.
the look on Awesome's face, he's freaking confused.
It took me a second to figure out what it was going for.
But do you really think you know? Because
I do.
I thought I did, but no, I was wrong.
You're way off, Lala.
I was so wrong.
Are we talking toaster strudel? I'm thinking
It's-
toaster strudel.
You okay?
Yeah.
This question was brought to you in part by Greedy, by the way. He's the one that created it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Or this poll. I guess it's a poll.
So, listeners, go ahead and send us a response to Candy Sweetbox 803. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 803.
No, it's
No.
805.
805. 805 303
There you go.
1173. And let us know what you think of Lala's vagina.
My vagina.
Is it
A Twinkie or a toaster strudel?
A
And
twink-
if you really think you understand this question, I'm going to be freaking amazed. Because I think everyone's in the dark going, what the
No,
freak are
there's
they talking
no
about?
way anybody
No
is
way
in the dark
anybody's
except
like,
you.
everybody's probably on the other end like, oh my lord.
They're like, we get to choose? Or is this what she would prefer? Like, what are we
What
talking,
are we talking about here? Yeah.
Hey, Noms, it's really good to see you.
It's really good to be here. It's
It's-
good to see you guys.
Been like 2 months.
Oh,
Over
man.
2 months.
Over
2 months and a week.
Yes, it has. It's good to be back. You know, this is my debut of being. I've been in home and work for the past 2 months, and my work's been like, you cannot go anywhere. You cannot risk the safety. And then yesterday, the day before, they finally kind of gave us the green light. They go, you know what? HQ has decided to stop being dildos. So you guys can, proceed about your business, but do be safe. And at the end of that, I said, you know what? It's Sunday, and I'm going to see if I can guest appear on the podcast. And hey, here I am.
Yay!
Sunday fun day.
Sunday fun day.
Sunday.
You are
boy.
much furrier than the last time I saw you.
Yeah, I haven't shaved. I haven't cut my hair. I'm no longer the short-haired, clean-shaven prince that everybody knows me to be.
What's
So-
going on is his inner Moxley is coming out.
That's
Yes.
right.
Oh my goodness, Moxley.
Hey, speaking of Moxley, let's
Yeah.
let's go back. Let's hit last week a little bit.
Of course.
Did you join the Howl at 8 p.m. on Facebook?
I did not actually. That day I had a previous engagement that was really important. So, but I was kind of disappointed that I did miss it. But he understands. He understands what's truly going on. I have inner monologues with him sometimes. And
Is he a howler?
howler. He's a biter. He's a meower. He likes to meow a lot, and I don't know if very many panthers meow, but he does for some reason. He loves to meow. So we can call his meow a panther howl. We'll call it that.
All right.
Panther howl.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prowl.
Prowl. There we
Prowl.
I was
go.
going to say meow.
Meow.
A meowl.
Meow.
Hey, that would work. A meowl.
Yeah.
When you're on the prowl.
He's always on the prowl.
What's he prowling for?
Oh man,
Pets.
lots pets. His pet
Cougars.
friends too.
Wait, what?
Cougars.
Cougars?
Cougars.
Moxley loves cougars.
Are we talking the animal cougar or the lady type cougar?
Yes.
There you go. Perfect answer. Perfect answer.
Well, okay, so is it okay if we just talk about this crap? Like, not crap, but
Have you been on this
Okay.
podcast?
So, when Moxley comes out,
Yeah.
is Moxley sexual?
He's not. He's
Okay.
full 100%. I'm here to play. I'm here to pounce. I'm here to, he has very, he's not, I really wouldn't say he's sexual, but he's very he likes to nibble. He likes to lick. He likes to put his paws places.
That
he
sounds
doesn't
very
understand.
sexual.
But it's like he's not really meaning it in a sexual way. He's just okay. Maybe it might be because I'm about ready to say, yeah, he's very attracted to certain things. Certain things catch his attention. That he's like, whoa, what's going on in this neck of the woods? Like when he panther pawed Lala, he's like, oh my god, what is this amazing thing? Come here. And I couldn't stop him. I'm like, well, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and I'm just gonna hang out in the back and let you do
Yeah,
you.
I
because
got
that's-
licked.
Yeah.
I got licked,
Oh.
and I got laid on aggressively.
Listeners,
I did
sounds
not
like
mind.
him.
I did not mind.
Listeners, you heard it here. Lala got licked and laid by Moxley.
Well, no,
By
laid
Moxley.
on. It was,
Heavily laid
Like
on.
Oh, heavily.
I was not gonna get up. There was no getting up from
No.
that.
No,
It was that good. Wow.
Legs were shaking, knees are weak.
It was like he had gotten his prey, and it was his prize, and that was
probably the first time that he ever looked at someone or something like, "Oh, I'm gonna take this down." And I'm like, and I kind of thought, I'm like, "What is your fascination?" He goes, "Why aren't you fascinated?" I'm like,
I
"Fair
was dressed
enough."
up as a cat.
Exactly, probably that. He's
that's
like,
why.
"Ooh, another
Totally
black
why,
cat.
yeah.
I shall mount her."
Oh,
But not like that.
right. Okay.
Hey, Noms.
Yeah.
Me and Moxley are going to have to talk.
You can talk, but I don't know. He's not really. Well, he might listen to you, but he responds well to kindness. So if you come at him like, "Hey, can we talk?" He'd be like, "Yeah."
I was gonna
Yes,
say
you can.
because the feline aspect of it, like if you were like, "We need to talk," might be like, "Fuck you,"
Bitch,
you know, like
bitch, we talk when I say we talk. And he's like that sometimes. Like he has this I'm gonna say a side of sassiness sometimes. Like, because he hasn't come out since probably the last pet den I went to. So, but
Oh, wow.
yeah, he always has that. Hey, we're gonna do what I want, or I'm gonna do what I want, and even like that to my wife Savvy. Like, whenever during den, she would be like, "Hey, Moxley, can you come over here?" And he kind of gives her the side eye, like, "Do I look like I want to come over there?" I'm like, typical cat.
So you haven't done any. Moxley hasn't been out.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm very like. I would love it if he came out, but I've been working so much, and two, we live upstairs, so I'm not sure how rambunctious he would get.
Okay.
And I just don't know. Like, it would be a shock because he's never dropped without his pet friends around, which is why I think he's kind of codependent on them. But I think I've been slowly like saying, hey, we might drop soon. We might come out soon. Your pet friends aren't here, but I just want to make sure that you're gonna get out all the energy you want to get out, and it hasn't happened yet, but I really want it to happen soon. So for his benefit and mine.
Is Savvy going to be able to handle it?
She can, because she knows me, and she he hasn't really like dropped out all that much. Like, she's like still kind of new to him, but she knows like what his likes are, his dislikes are. She kind of knows how to like calm him down a bit, which is why like technically she's not his handler, but like she's just there like, hey, like he knows that she's kind of like his voice of authority. Like, okay, if she says it, it's must be like serious, or I have to listen to her. So
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, listeners, in case you are confused, Noms has you want to describe, like, a pet, you're Panther.
I'm a pet player.
Pet player.
The panther is my pet. Moxley, the domesticated teenage panther. I say that because that's what he is, like I try to figure out, like, I've had him like in my head for a long time, but he just, this year when I just recently joined the community, I'm like, I started to slowly be like, can I bring him out finally, and trying to figure out, okay, his age range. He's not a kitten, he's not an adult, he's just this sassy, I do what I want, screw authority, I knock shit off tables for fun.
Adolescent.
So, yes, exactly. And I'm like, well, he's not wild, because like if he was, I think he would be more primal. But he's not. Now he can be, but he's just very like he's just like a big black house cat. That's what he is.
He's born in a zoo.
In a zoo. In a zoo. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna live in it.
He's domesticated.
Domesticated panther.
So
Yeah.
he plays well with humans, for the most part.
He does. Yeah. Yeah.
I know we kind of all just jumped in on that and didn't even explain what we were talking about. So there might
I
be
have
some
a
confusion
feeling
out there.
that people probably would have picked it up pretty quick.
But pet play?
Maybe not, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we just dove into,
That's true.
We dove in head first. We're like, hey,
yeah.
that's it.
But speaking about confusion, I'm confused about something that you said last week, Thief.
Land of Confusion?
Land of confusion. I've heard this term before, and you used it, and I thought I knew what it meant, but I'd like to hear it from you. You said you were a cis male?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you said? Cis
yeah,
male?
cis male.
So in my head, I'm thinking,
CIS.
but I was thinking like cis, like sissy,
Oh.
and like picturing you liking to dress up like a little girl, because there are men that do
I'm
that.
not against it.
I'd like to see that, actually.
But is that what it is? Is that
no,
what it is?
No, that's not. It's cisgender. So it's like the gender you identify as the gender you were assigned
At birth.
Why would they
Why?
put cis on it? Like, I don't understand.
Because everything has to be labeled. So if you are
Male, female.
well, that's the thing. Male and female are subjective.
Why?
A trans person is when they transition from female to male they're still male, yes.
If they
If they were born a female and they transition to male,
they're male,
they're male.
right?
Right. So, but then how to phrase this? They are sometimes referred to as trans males. So, as a trans male, that's how you identify that person.
Okay.
As a cis male, like I am, like Thief is, I'm assuming Knobs. Are you cis?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I
Were you
identify.
identified as a male at birth?
I was identified as a male at birth.
Do you still identify as a male?
Yeah.
Okay, so cis male. Lala, when you were you born as a female?
Maybe.
All right, so that's a maybe.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. I get what you're saying, but I can understand why it would be like trans male or trans female. That kind of gives you the information that you need, but you could just easily say male or female, and
But then you are normalizing a cis male over somebody who's trans male. If you're saying that cis male doesn't need the cis, they're
Right.
just male,
yeah,
then you're taking away from trans male by saying that they need to have the trans male.
They have to be trans.
Yeah.
oh, they don't have to be.
Right, but it's
Who made this thing?
I don't know.
Somebody who makes more money than all of us combined, I'm sure.
It's
Yeah,
very
twice.
confusing,
But it doesn't have to be.
but I'm confused.
Well, Lala,
Of course, I was confused about apple fritter and corn cakes. I don't know, whatever you guys said earlier.
Toaster strudel and Twinkie.
Thank you. Yeah, that.
You're welcome.
There's
Wow.
Also, there's also people that think being called cis something is a slur. So like you might throw out something at somebody like, "Oh, you're just a cis white male" or whatever, and really all you're doing is labeling somebody. But they may take it as, "Oh, why do you have to bring that? Why do I have to be that?" Like
because that's what you
they get
are.
offended by it, yeah. And it's so I like to use it for myself as a way to show that it's not an offensive term.
Okay, I wouldn't think it would be offensive.
But some people do.
Yeah,
Some people
that's
think
the
it
thing. A lot of people don't think it would be, but there are hundreds, thousands, possibly millions of people that will get offended by it.
Okay, that's very strange.
Welcome to the world.
Okay,
is
but
the
does
world we live in now.
anybody know what it's called when a man wants to dress up as a small little girl?
Hermaphrodite.
No,
Not that they don't like.
Cross-dresser.
Cross-dresser.
Just,
there
is that
we
all?
go.
Just a cross dresser?
That's just a cross dresser.
Not that that's just.
age playing
It's not-
cross dressing.
Age-
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
interesting.
hey.
It still is
Yeah.
age play and cross dressing.
But I could have swore I saw someone with sissy something in their
I'm sure
Yeah.
you have.
profile.
Sissy is a identifier of a certain type of cross dresser. Like there are people that there are men that cross dress that are still very manly and do all that.
Okay.
And then you have the sissies, which are how do I want to phrase? Fuck it. The ones with the quote
fuck
unquote
it.
broken wrist syndrome. Hey girl, how you doing?
Who's a little more creative
Okay,
than the
but
others.
sissy to me is more little girly.
And
To you,
And
Yeah.
I've seen pictures with like little pigtails and like little cute little diaper ruffly things on them.
you should talk to our former guest,
I should.
Mr. Mermaid.
Okay.
He's gonna kick my ass
He's
one day
gonna-
for that.
He's gonna be like, "Why are you asking me all these questions, Lala?"
Actually, ask Miss Mermaid. I'm sure she'll be happy to explain everything. For
That
you.
could be. Yeah. Okay. I was just curious because I was confused when you said cis. I thought then I instantly pictured you with little pigtails and a cute little ruffly panty.
He could totally
I could
rock
pull
that
it
dress,
off.
though. Yeah, he
I
could
could
totally
pull it
rock a
off.
dress. Rock a
I just
Cinderella
need-
dress.
I have a couple of wigs, but I don't have any pigtail wigs.
I have wigs. You can turn them into pigtails. I got lots of wigs.
Deal.
And now there's a photo shoot in the Gotham Press Future.
Oh,
Yes.
please.
Oh, yes. In fact,
So we've got
the doll.
the Lala doll.
Yeah.
You playing with the Lala doll?
Yeah. Hey, who's gonna take the pictures then?
We have other photographers.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's true.
We can
We can have Mr. Mermaid come
There you
down.
go.
And then you can ask him those questions.
See,
Oh, he could be
Yeah.
on the podcast.
and there you go.
Making plans.
We do what we can.
All
Yes, we
right.
can.
Let's talk about sexual orientation.
Oh,
That's a
I
difficult
really thought
question.
you were
That's
going to
a-
read the warning just then, the way you said that.
What warning would that be?
What
For the
warning would that be?
podcast.
Oh, that warning?
Yeah.
You thought I was going to read it?
The way you said it, like, had that same...
in the middle of a podcast?
I don't...
By the way, guys, warning.
By the way, warning. This is an adult-oriented podcast.
We talk about Lala's vagina a lot.
Lala's vagina, Twinkies, and toaster strudels.
Yeah, sexual orientation. Is it a personal thing for you guys? Is that something you like to share? Or? Yes, it's personal to you.
Yes,
Okay.
in a way. Depending, So this is kind of awkward because for me personally, like around people I meet or even family, I don't really want them to know. But
To
I
know
feel
what?
like my sexuality.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like being a part of this podcast is kind of not important, but it's kind of needed for me to say it so that people can either identify or, whatever.
Actually, what you can do, this is the joy of a non-video podcast. You can say what the fuck you want to and let people draw their own conclusions.
Yeah, they can interpret it themselves,
And
that's part of like what I'm wondering is
come on, you got this.
Yeah.
So I don't think of sexuality or orientation as like a game, but at the same time I don't really give a shit what other people think. So
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
and I kind of like the fact that some people don't automatically know what my sexuality is upon meeting me, or just by me doing something that may throw questions into the mix.
Like dressing up as a little girl with pigtails.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I personally think sharing sexual orientation and also just like what you're into, it helps people that you're meeting be able to relate to you.
So Lala,
Yes.
sexual orientation personal, or do you just throw it out there?
I throw it out to lifestyle people if they ask. I do not share it with family or work people because they don't need to know.
Good answer. Noms?
Usually, for me, it's to anybody who will meet me in the future, anybody who knows me now. They still don't know, but I mean, if they ask, I'm always like, I'm an open book, so I like to be very like open with my sexual orientation because it doesn't really define who I am, but like I embrace it. Because I'm just like, you know what, like I'm done hiding. I'm, my dad's side of the family was never like, they're very like hardcore like Bible thumbing people. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just they really wouldn't accept who I am, and I'm like, you know what, I'm done hiding. So I mean, if somebody asks, I'll tell them, but that's really about it. Like people at my work don't really know because I don't really talk much at my job anyway. So.
I am so glad you're here then.
Yeah, he did.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then awesome.
Oh, me? I am a cisgendered heterosexual male. I don't care who knows that. I fit like a good portion of the world. Only thing is I'm not Caucasian, so.
Right?
Really?
You know?
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. When you work talking on the phone,
Uh-huh.
and you put on your phone voice and you talk and have to act like everything's A-okay, you get a lot of questions sometimes. Yes, exactly. Just like that. Just like that.
I'm going to get whacked.
You're
No,
gonna get wet.
no, I'm not going to whack you.
Oh, you're
Whack
not?
it.
You're not going to whack me?
I'm not going to whack you.
Hit it with the bat.
Anyway,
Let's see. So the reason that I had put it in the show notes to talk about as a subject, and I probably should have like thought more about what I actually wanted to say, was for me a lot of the times like I'll hear people use straight as sort of a shield, like in their conversations. Like they'll be like, oh well, yeah, that guy's kind of handsome, no homo.
yeah.
And that
Yeah.
really kind of pisses me off.
Why do
Yeah.
they have to add that part?
Exactly.
You can
And
find another person of the same gender attractive.
Yeah.
having said that, I've heard that phrase used in this house many times, but it doesn't hit the same way because it's so over the top. It'll be like, I'm going to suck a dick for $1, no homo. You know, like it's like, okay, that's just, it's so there's a difference. But like the people that actually use it, like
For
it's-
real?
yeah, like it's somehow wrong to be gay or to suck a dick, or even that sucking a dick as a man would make you gay. I don't completely agree with right off the top, but
You could just like dick, I
or
mean,
just want
yeah.
to try it.
It's,
Yeah.
I
It
was,
doesn't.
go ahead.
I mean, I'm sure there's gay people that have no sex at all. Like, they just don't want to have sex.
I know
Or
guys who can suck
abstinence.
their own dick.
What?
That's called flexibility.
Definitely not me, or I wouldn't be here right now.
Because that's all you'd be doing.
Yeah, unless we were doing a class on it or something.
So what I was going to say is it's also dependent upon how you were brought up. Like, as I've seen people when I was younger, it's like, hey, that guy looks pretty good. You know, he's dressed like whatever. But if it's coming from a guy, oh, I see now. You one of them poof boys. You one of them boys that want to kiss other boys. You one of those.
One of them fairies. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That sounds a lot like closeted. Like, if you're
Yeah.
getting that poetic with it, like,
Yeah, yeah. If you're getting
Well, not all in the same
Right.
sentence, not all in the same sitting. But I'm just saying, it's one of those things like you hear that a lot in some environments.
right?
yeah.
Like my uncle, one of the manliest guys I know, was in the Marines. So in the Marines, you can't be an out homosexual, at least back then.
Right.
You couldn't be an out homosexual person. You will get your ass kicked. And to prove that you weren't out like that, you would talk down about those poof boys, about those, I'm going to use a word here that may be a little triggering, a fag, things like that.
Right.
A cigarette.
No.
Yeah.
Not the English using of the word fag. But yeah, so that kind of stuff is, I forget where I was going with that now.
Sorry, I jacked you up.
I think you were kind of explaining just how it gets used.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, as far as why that kind of stuff does get used a lot. Because if you were brought up that way, you just know to use those phrases sometimes. Like, yeah, no homo, man, but you look pretty good. Because I don't want you to think that I'm trying to cut them on to you. I don't want you to think, even though if you know me for years and years and years, that, hey, I suddenly want to suck your dick. That sort of thing. And plus, I'm pretty sure that phrasing got started up in frat houses.
But
Possibly.
the no homo thing?
Yeah.
Where they probably were all.
We're all gonna circle jerk, but no homo.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's confusing to me, by the way.
A circle jerk? Why?
No,
I-
no homo with the circle jerk.
Right, yeah. Like, even just the circle jerk in general. Like, I just...
Wait, is that okay? So is that a circle where?
Have you never heard of a
bunch of
circle
guys-
No,
jerk?
no.
Standing in a
I've heard
circle.
it. But are you jerking your own self, or are you
Yes.
jerking the person
Yeah.
to the
No,
right?
yourself.
You're jerking yourself.
Oh, but it would be more fun if you were jerking off the person to your right.
But then you're gay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you are finding enjoyment from getting another man off.
Oh, but it would be fun. It'd be fun to watch.
You know what? I think I just found the name for this episode.
What?
Circle jerk fun.
Oh.
Lala's circle jerk fun.
Right.
So
Yes.
okay, so I'm sorry, we're totally going on another tangent, but because we're talking about circle jerks.
Boom, boom, boom.
What is the one where is it a girl or a cracker on the
The
floor,
biscuit.
and then
Yeah.
everybody, the last person
Has to eat the biscuit.
Yeah.
It's so gross. Is that real? Is that really a thing?
I have no idea.
I've never seen it personally,
yeah.
but I've heard it enough to think that it had to happen at least once.
Yeah.
Because all you need is a rumor, and then some dumb asshole kid is like, "Hey, we can do this. Let's see if this is real." Last one to finish has to eat it.
If anybody
Wait, does
out
that make
there-
you gay?
If you say no homo before it, no, it
know.
doesn't. No, it does not.
Well done,
It
now.
does.
10 points to House Moxley.
What were you gonna say, Thief?
The sexual orientation thing, kind of bring it back to that.
Okay.
My idea of not being so quick to tell strangers or even just kind of curious people is kind of, I think of it as the same as, like, instead of me answering right away, like, instead of me just telling somebody, oh, I'm straight, like, then if I don't say, oh, I'm straight, then it's kind of in the same vein as where you'll have, like, couples who will say that their significant other is their partner, even if they're in a straight relationship, to kind of normalize it for gay relationships. And that's what I was kind of thinking I was doing, but I don't know if I'm thinking that from a place of privilege myself, or if it makes sense to think that way, or if anybody has any clue what the fuck I'm talking about right now.
If somebody knows exactly what he's talking about, please email us at goblinfestpodcast@gmail.com.
Leave a comment so we can know too.
Okay, so I think I get the point you're making about, like, if my husband and I said my partner and I, because if I'm talking to a lesbian couple, I want them to feel comfortable that I know the terminology.
Right.
Like
Or
that.
just in general, normalizing partner for your significant other so that it doesn't, so that when somebody says it, they're not automatically associated with being gay.
And actually, that brings up a question for me. As far as using partner, you have 2 partners, yes?
Correct.
So when you're in conversation and you say partner, do you ever get a question like, well, which partner do you mean? Do you mean your husband or do you mean your other partner?
Usually I don't really use the word partner, to be honest.
Okay.
I say my husband or my boyfriend.
Okay.
If I'm talking to someone who doesn't know that I'm married and I'm referring to Brad, I'll say my boyfriend. If they do know I'm married, then I will say my dominant. If it's in the lifestyle.
Okay.
That's how I do that.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah. I don't usually, partner's not something I use.
All right.
Even in like Wild West roleplay.
Maybe.
Come here, partner.
Yeah, partner.
I'm here, partner.
You got a dusty jacket. Let me take it off.
Let me help you out with that.
Oh my
You have
goodness.
yeed your last haul.
Want to see my vagina, partner?
You darn tootin'.
That'll cost you.
Hold on.
That'll cost you 5 cents.
Hold on. Yeah!
Hey, awesome. You don't have to scream into the mic.
Ooh.
I just blew it out. I know.
Ooh.
Well done.
Oh, thanks.
5
Are
points
you
to
guys
house
playing
mama.
hanky panky under the
He's
table over there?
trying to crop me between the legs, I think.
Oh.
He took my crop, people.
That's impressive since he's like 4 feet away.
Right?
Still
With the
getting it right
crop
between the
adds a
legs.
few inches.
My crop is long and sturdy.
I kind of feel like I should be
Stiff.
pulling a He-Man right now. I have the power!
Man, oops.
The
I knocked my
power
mic.
of micromanager Lala's crop. Are you feeling good about the sexual orientation?
No,
No. Do you want to share what your sexual orientation is?
I don't care.
Well,
We can
yes, you
share.
do, because if
Yeah,
you
want
didn't,
to.
then you would be like,
I
oh,
don't
yes, I
care
am
because
this.
It's different. Like in the lifestyle, it's kind of not as, I don't know what that word is.
Important? Crucial?
No, it is kind of important because it lets people know kind of if you're approachable, I guess, in a way.
Relatable?
And I don't, yeah. I don't know.
Approachable? Like if they're looking for a partner and they know that they heard from someone that you are
Also looking for someone?
also the same orientation, so then you would feel more comfortable sharing it because you are looking for someone?
I guess. Maybe.
Did I make
don't
sense?
know.
Did we make sense?
I don't think any of us are making sense.
No, it's okay.
I'm
I
just
had this
sitting here
whole
listening.
idea of where, like, how to explain it, and it just totally fell apart when we got here today.
Oh.
It's okay. It's all right.
It happens.
It's all right.
What you can do is you can get onto the Discord and you can explain it there.
There you go. If
I
they
can
have-
try.
Yeah, and all the
Just throw more fog into the mix, and everybody be like, "What the?"
well, everybody can
Fuck.
ask you questions and be like, "What
Yeah.
the freak are you talking about, thief?"
Yeah.
Ooh, that brings up a good thing though
What's
I
that?
wanted to say. Like, if I ever say anything on here that anybody finds offensive or is wrong,
Too bad.
please let me know. No, opposite of too bad.
Your
Please
damn
let me
luck.
know. Like, I will never argue an opinion or a thought. Like, I'm here to learn. I'm a sponge.
Okay, so where would you like them to let you know it?
Anywhere, Discord, FetLife, anywhere you can find me.
Can they private message you?
Yep,
All right
they can
then.
do whatever they want,
I'm gonna private message you.
just as long as they throw everything on the cracker.
Ew.
Oh.
Can it be a toaster strudel instead, please?
Yeah.
It's much better than a Twinkie, so I'll take it.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Did you guys hear about the metallic blue bee that was found
In Florida.
in Florida?
Always in Florida.
The one that got was extinct or something?
It was extinct.
They
since-
thought it was extinct.
Well, they hadn't seen one
They
since
assumed.
2016.
But you know what they say when you assume things.
No.
Makes an ass out of you and Ming.
Yup.
I was going more for Jurassic Park theme of life will find a way.
Yeah, and you find something that's been extinct for a while, and they're like, yeah, let's bring it back. I know 3 or 4 movies that explains why that is a terrible idea.
Even if they're
Oh,
cute
you mean
little
Jurassic
metallic
Yeah.
bees.
Okay, but these bees are special.
And so cute.
They're so cute because they don't collect pollen on their legs like normal bees.
Nope.
They do motorboating
Yup.
into the flower. They collect the pollen
Wow.
on their face.
Ooh,
Isn't that cute?
that's awesome.
Can you just imagine they like stick their little face in the flower and they rub it, rub it, rub it, rub it?
So
I'm doing the head movement, guys.
For
I'm like,
anybody that has allergies, they're breaking out in hives right
Yeah, I don't.
hold on. Here's where I'm thinking this going. So the porn industry is a thing. There's going to be a blue
Such a
bee
segue.
porn.
Oh
that,
yeah.
It's just some guy dressed in blue makeup or girl, with the wings attached, just like, here, let me get this pollen.
is the girl
Yeah.
gonna dress up as a flower? 'Cause
Probably.
That's what has to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just going to motorboat the whole time.
Porn
That's right.
industry is an interesting thing. Anything you can possibly ever think of, they got they have a video for it somewhere.
Rule 34.
Yeah.
What is Rule 34? I feel like I've asked this question before.
I'm going to say, do you not know the rules of the internet? If it exists, there's a porn of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rule 35 being that if there's not porn of it, give it a little bit of time, there will be a porn of it.
It's currently in production.
Oh,
Stand by.
I thought it had something to do with a hand towel. Okay.
What?
Yeah. Afterwards, yeah, but
Oh, okay. Well, this little bee's name is Calaminthia, or something like that.
I was going to say, did they name a specific bee or just the genus?
Calamintha
Calamintha.
is the bee's name, and they were gonna do research on it, but thanks Corona, they can't.
Here's my question. They said that they found, the article says, one of these was found living, and it was so shocking and surprising. And they show a picture of it with a toothpick shoved through its body, and it mounted in a display case.
No.
Well, it
Did
was
they
living.
kill it? Yeah, did they
No.
we found the last one. They're not extinct. Slap.
Damn it! They're extinct now.
If you read the article
I
properly, they took that specimen out of a museum.
Oh.
It wasn't the bee they found. They would never do that.
You say that, but
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that. Anyway, I thought that was the cutest.
We're talking about
little-
Florida here.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
Florida
do
does
something?
anything and everything.
Here's my biggest fear, though. Okay, so there's a little swarm of these blue bees, right? Here come the murder hornets.
2 different coasts. They'll
Now-
take forever.
but
I don't
they'll
know.
eat them.
No, the praying mantises will kill the murder hornets before they ever make it to the East Coast.
Oh yeah.
You think?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. I need to go get me some praying mantises.
You can buy the egg sacs online. And
I'm
have
gonna.
them sent to you.
I'm gonna do it.
hold on. Where is the blue? Where is this blue bee at? One more time.
Florida?
All right. So all I'm thinking is, hey, I ain't seen a bee like that before. Hold my beer.
It's on Lake
That's
Wales
probably why
Ridge.
they were thought
Florida.
to be extinct. Yeah, they're only known in that one little area. It's
Yeah.
not like
Wow.
a big,
Yeah.
huge populace.
I am curious though to know if they make burrows in the ground. What their honey tastes like.
Wait, what did you just freak out about?
Because I
Right
hit
there,
the
honey
microphone
tastes
and
like-
it bounced.
Oh, okay.
Vibration.
Yeah, no, I because I love honey and I love to taste all the different honeys. So I just wonder.
Hold on. Stop right there.
Yeah.
She loves to taste the honey.
I'm a honey
Oh.
badger. I'm a honey badger.
So you eat cobras?
You didn't know? How do you not know this
So
about me?
have you had the honey made from vulture bees?
No.
Wait, from what?
Vulture bees.
What is? I don't even know what a vulture bee is.
They do not collect pollen from flowers. They collect meat from rotting crocuses.
Why would I
Carcasses.
want that honey?
They
Are you
make
making
honey.
this up?
No, they actually make honey.
I think you're making this up.
Nope,
You
look it
have a
up.
crazy brain. It's in there.
It's not
Crazy.
imagined though. It's true. I read it.
So it's
online.
corpse honey, basically.
Yeah.
Corpse honey.
You read it online.
Have you
therefore
had
it's
it?
True.
No, but I want to.
Have you ever been under one of those trees that has the white blossoms and they smell like decaying flesh?
I can't
What?
say that I have. No.
They're all over on the east side where I live. Like I can't stand to walk under them because they smell. But the bees are just like alive. The trees are alive and they smell like rotting flesh. It's so gross.
So is that the tree's natural defense to keep fucking humans away?
Maybe.
Possibly,
That exists.
probably even
Gotta be.
animals.
Oh, please, someone comment and tell me they know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
because I'm not making it up.
Nobody knows.
So hold on. So
Nobody. The pain.
No.
So, listeners, if you live in the Bakersfield area and you know what the hell Lala's talking about, please let us know.
Okay, primarily, I've smelt them the most, believe it or not, at the Mormon church on Monica.
It's because of the bodies that are buried in the basement.
Yeah.
So this whole podcast is just me talking about shit nobody understands, you talking about shit nobody understands. Congratulations, everybody. We did it.
We're not done. We're not done. We have more shit to talk about.
We need to let Nom and Awesome just go ahead and
I
finish.
think Noms is actually next on the list.
I just made the list.
Ooh, on the
Oh,
list.
wait, okay, so we do have a question for you, Noms.
How much is he
Okay.
taking off?
Huh?
Clothes?
No?
What?
He gets to stay clothed through the interview?
Yeah.
Yeah?
God damn it.
Well, are you going to take anything off?
Maybe.
All right, then. You first.
Noms,
Noms, earlier we were talking about shower time, bath time
God.
specifically.
During my adolescence, when I figured out, I can touch myself and stuff comes out of there.
When I think about myself, I touch myself.
So
Being conceited much?
one of the things was someone had asked me, so have you ever machine gunned it into a sock? And I said no.
It didn't have to be a machine gun. I mean, it could have been a shotgun. It could have been a rifle. Maybe you're just fucking around plinking with a 22.
This is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for fighting, this is for fun.
Machine gun into a sock.
Yeah. So, but
never
then
heard that.
But then I said, no, I'm a gentleman. So I used empty shampoo bottles, and I used this because in the place where I was living in high school, it wasn't my mom or dad. It was two relatives of mine that were quite judgmental, Bible thumping. And I'm like, okay, obviously they think what I'm doing is a sin, so I'm gonna do it in the privacy of my own shower. So, just doing it, and then the bottle got to be quite full because I didn't empty it out for a while. And I said, okay, after today, I'm going to empty it out. So, with that being said,
You didn't.
I didn't because it wasn't the end of the day yet. So, we had one of my relatives' friends come over.
How many showers did you take a day?
3?
And was this normal every time you got in the shower to do this?
No. It was when it could have been like any number of things. Like when I was like watching TV and
You
something.
saw a cute girl.
Oh, you just went and grabbed the shampoo bottle?
Wait and grab the shampoo bottle and just the fact that like nobody had ever like seen it because I had always left it in there, but I always hid it behind bigger shampoo bottles. This time was not the case. So, I decided, okay, my relative's son came over with his girlfriend who was fairly new. And
I feel a little nauseous.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
I want to hear it.
You asked.
I know.
Keep going.
So, they come over and I'm completely oblivious to the situation. And she goes, I'm going to be spending the night, so I haven't had my shower yet. So can I possibly take a shower here? And I said, yeah, of course. Help yourself to our facilities because that's how they talk. And my relative's bathroom was under repairs at the moment. So I said, okay. They said, okay, you can use that one. And me not even thinking about it. She gets in the shower. About 5 minutes go by, and then followed by quiet. The show I was watching had ended, and then just a loud shriek of "What the fuck is this?" and just "What is this? What is this?" And it took me a few seconds to process. Oh no! Did she use the shampoo bottle? So horrified, they all ran. They said, all you hear is, "Are you okay in there?" What is this in this shampoo bottle? It's so and you just hear her gagging, and I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna die today. I'm gonna die today. So I just hey guys, what's going on? All just trying to be calm, like I did not just hear somebody scream, and then
that makes you sound more guilty.
It makes me sound more guilty, exactly. But I was socially awkward, so you just hear my uncle go, "What is in this shampoo bottle?" And then he's like, and the lid was off, so I assume she couldn't get any out of the spout, so she assumed she took off the lid and then just proceeded to try to do whatever with that. And then.
Oh my Lord!
And then he turns and looks at me and goes. He looks right dead
into your soul,
my soul, and says, "What is this?" And I said, "Do you want me to lie to you, or do you want me to tell you what it really is? Because once I tell you, I cannot untell you."
Oh no.
And I can't untell you.
Oh, no.
I pointed to my oldest son's girlfriend. I said, I can't untell you. I can't untell you.
This is your oldest son's girlfriend?
No, my relative's son's girlfriend.
Okay.
Because this is her, this poor thing that this stuff is happening to. And all of them want an answer right now what this is. Because they think it's a prank. And I said...
Can I pause you for a moment?
Yes, please.
So just for the listeners out there, let me describe what happens when you put cum in somebody's hair. It gets clumpy.
Something like Mary?
It gets kind of
something
slimy.
about Mary?
Wait. But when
need some hair
cum
gel.
sits for a while, it gets to be liquidy. It's liquid. It's like water.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, how the fuck would you know this?
Because I've had it. Because I've...
Do you save it? Do you have specimen jars at home?
Maybe
on
it's
a
in my
minute.
shampoo bottle. No, because okay, here's my experience. If I've been cum on, say on my belly or on my back,
Right.
it comes out white and creamy, but then it
gets
liquefies.
Yeah.
Is that just from heat? If it doesn't have heat, maybe it doesn't get liquid. I don't know.
But in the water, it gets clumpy in hair and
Is it clumpy in hair?
yeah.
But if it's been sitting for a long time, does it lose its
Consistency?
I've never
thickness?
sat around or waited around to. Anyway,
Noms.
so they're asking you
This is now...
what's in the
They're
bottle.
asking me what's in the bottle, and I said, do you want me to lie to you, or do you want me to be honest? Because once I tell you, I can't untell you. And they said, just tell us. This is a serious situation. She's freaked out. Look at her face. Her face is horrified, and that I didn't. It took me a second to realize that she might have put some of it on her face. So then I said, okay. And me being as blunt as I was, I said, it's my sperm. And everybody looked at me. They thought I was joking. They said, do you think this is a joke? I said, no, it's not a joke. I promise. They said, okay, then what is it? I said, it's my cum.
Question mark?
It's my seed.
What did they think it was?
It's milk, and I churned it myself. And you think I'm kidding when I'm going on this tangent, but I'm being serious because this is how I used to be. I still am, but I'm like, it's the seed, it's the milk, and I churned it. It came from me. Pun intended. It came from me, and it took all he says is, go to your room. I said, okay. I locked the freaking door is what I did because I'm like,
Smart move.
What's coming after that is I'm getting my ass kicked probably. It's just I was like an hour of just there was 20 minutes of sobbing. I could hear her crying, just horrified about what she had experienced. There was at the end when they left, there was laughing, and then my uncle knocked at the door. I'm saying my uncle now because that's who he is. And he knocked, and I opened it up, and I said, yeah. They said, okay, here's what's going to happen. You are never going to talk about this ever again.
Surprise!
On the internet to the masses.
To everybody.
Surprise, motherfucker. So he said, we are never going to talk about this again, and you are never going to use a shampoo bottle to do what you did. I'm not going to say what you did, but find a different method, because this is what can happen if
He
you're
didn't
not
even
safe.
give you any pointers? Of like,
No.
Hold on, I have a very serious question.
Yeah.
You were doing this in the bathroom, yes?
Yeah.
In the tub, near the tub and the toilet, right?
In the shower, because
In the shower,
Uh-huh.
where there's a drain
Yeah.
and water to wash the
Yeah.
remnants
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Was it a goal to fill the bottle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So I made it at first. At first, it wasn't, because one, I'm very curious what this looks like on the outside looking in. So I'm like, okay, I wonder what it looks like in a container. Oh, that's cool. I wonder what happened if I filled it up all the way. So that is the goal, and we shall reach it.
now y'all know.
I all know about that story, and I'm sorry if anybody's scarred.
It doesn't do good hair washing.
No,
Or
no.
face washing.
I get apparently not. Apparently not.
So if you host any parties in the future, I guess it's safe to say don't go digging for your new shampoo. And
I'll bring my own. It's okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
I don't even know what. I don't even think I would say anything in that situation. I would just be like,
how could you not?
The whole situation itself was awkward. It was because I myself was awkward, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna panic. I'm just gonna be, because that's how I was in high school. I was very socially awkward anyway. So,
Noms, real
Yeah.
quick.
Uh-huh.
Well done on your answer.
Thank you so
Just
much.
It's come.
Yeah.
It's my seed.
Yeah,
So-
I mean that I can't write this stuff, like that's exactly what I was saying, and like they knew what kind of person I was, but they didn't know I did that.
How dare you find sexual gratification with yourself?
Exactly. How dare you find that, and how dare you? Yeah, just a bunch of other stuff, but yeah.
so
Just how
whenever I get in the shower at someone's house and I'm using their products, I always
masturbate with?
smell it. No, no, but I always smell it first, because if it doesn't smell good, I don't want to use it. So I'm going to continue to do that,
If it has
just
sort
in
of a
case.
Yeah,
ammonia
because
smell to it, don't use it.
I think when somebody pops the top off of a shampoo or something, because me, I always smell it, because I like to smell what I'm going to use on my body.
Right.
And the fact
See?
that she didn't even
Yeah.
smell it is
Weird.
I'm not saying it's her fault.
It's her fault, totally.
I'm just okay. It's all your damn fault.
It's her fault.
Sorry about your damn look. But it's just, you could have popped it off, smell it, say, hey, this doesn't smell like any shampoo I've ever used before. I'm going to use the kids' bubblegum shampoo. Thank you.
So, do you guys not agree? You don't smell the shampoos? You don't smell the body wash before you use it? You just...
And somebody else's? I don't.
Yeah.
I would.
You would smell it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say that I do, but I'm trying to think of the last time I've done that, and I don't know when that was. So.
I'm trying to think, when's the last time I went somewhere I had to use somebody else's?
Yeah.
Stuff?
Yeah.
A while for
Oh.
me.
Although now, anytime I'm in a fucking hotel or motel, I'm damn sure going to be smelling.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Creepy. I gotta get that out of my head. So,
So that conversation came up because I was asking guys, if they ever use socks when they masturbated as kids. Because that thought of using a sock, which is the perfect instrument created.
is it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Never occurred to me until the movie American Pie. When
Ah.
he gets caught in his bedroom, and I'm like,
With a pie?
no, well, with the sock.
Well,
Yeah.
before the pipe.
Yeah.
Before the pie.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that motherfucker's a genius. I have to go try this right now.
You didn't do it beforehand?
No, I don't know why. It
Tissues.
Tissues.
Oh.
Just, rag. There was a rag.
Rags,
Got reused.
tissue. Yeah.
Oh, God. That thing's probably nuclear somewhere. It's a landfill.
Hopefully it got washed at some point.
Hopefully.
Not when I had it.
Ew. Boys are gross.
How
Yes.
are we supposed to wash it?
You put it in your laundry basket
Yeah.
and you get it
Okay,
washed.
but how many boys do you know do their own laundry?
Two.
I do.
My
Okay,
children learned.
now, but like when you were a little kid, did you do your own laundry?
I pretty much had to because they wouldn't do it for me, so I did it myself.
Yeah, my kids
Well-
learned when they were like 10 or 11.
Our chores were split between like me and sibling, but it.
You didn't want your siblings touching
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Like
I also had a talk with my children and told them, do not leave me nasty crap.
Ah, there's the difference.
Do not leave me nasty
yeah.
socks or underwear or
I never
anything.
got a talking from any adult.
Okay, hold on. Did you get that talk, Lala?
Nope.
Obviously not, because you're a girl. But do you know if your sibling, if any, do you have any male siblings? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know if they got the talk?
I don't know.
Okay. No, obviously you didn't. You got that talk after that.
I never really got a talk. It was always like at a very young age, people would just come around and be like, "Yeah, she's attractive. What's going on in my pants?" Hang on. That's it.
All right. So you found out by the movie.
Yeah.
For me, the closest to a talk I had was from one of my older cousins.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, better grab some tissue or a paper towel or something. Don't get that stuff all over.
Were you doing it in front of your cousin?
No,
Oh, God. Okay.
no. Funny story, though, that I'm willing to share.
Ooh.
So, male cousin. So, this was me in like super young, like just starting to get like, hey, things feel funny down there. And my cousin, who was older, he was like 16, 17 at the time, I want to say. Maybe he was 18, one of those. Anyway, he was like, I guess he had just got this new porn, and I found it. And he's like, so, did you want to watch that? And I'm like, the answer in my head is yes, but the answer is like, because all I know from that point is, who am I going to talk about this with?
Right.
So what he says is, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go put it on the TV downstairs because it was just me and him there at the time. I'm going to sit in this room and you can sit out in the hall. And if you watch it, you watch it. It's like, okay.
How old were you at the time?
This was like 12, I want to say.
This is just awkward.
It
To
was.
think about now.
It was.
Wait, how old was your cousin?
He said like 18, 17,
Yeah,
18.
it's 15, no, 16, 17, 18, somewhere in there.
Okay, continue, because I'm dying to know what happened.
So,
You don't know what happened?
right.
It's coming. It's coming.
So what ends up happening is he does it. He puts it on. He's in the room. Of course, I didn't go in to see what he was doing. He didn't come out to see what I was doing. All I remember was at a certain point, get paper towels. Don't get that shit anywhere. Coming from the other room.
So he knew what you were doing.
I mean, it's kind of obvious when you're.
Wow.
But again, these are things that, as guys, it's like, we know what we as guys, we all know what we do. We're dirty people.
Wow. Wow.
I'm an angel.
Are you?
It's
Yeah.
coming.
See, I've never done anything like that. The closest thing I had to
You
come
never
to
jerked
that
off?
was no. That's a lie. So
Yeah, because you just told us about the nuclear rag somewhere.
when I was like 20,
Oh man,
19 or 20.
So last year?
young man over here.
Yeah. But a friend of mine, we had some girls that we were partying with, and we decided to go get a hotel room. So we got a hotel for the night.
Hold on, I have a
Actually, it was a
question.
motel.
I have a question at
Yeah.
this point. What was the approximate age at this point?
1920.
Okay, I was about to say, like, you could afford a hotel at that age? I was
Yeah, we
broke.
won't talk about how. It wasn't a legal job.
Oh,
Gotcha.
But,
was it,
okay.
Well, he's not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
So
DVD
anyway.
theft?
No,
Piracy.
that was way before that. But so we got this motel room, and we thought, we were going to party it out, and then there was 2 girls, there was 2 of us, so we were all good to go. Somewhere around 10, 11 o'clock, they decided they wanted to leave. So they bounced. And it was just me and my friend. And we had this motel for the rest of the night. And it had like Playboy. And so we made a deal. He would stay, I would go for a walk. Then when I came back, he would go for a walk.
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens.
Hey, yeah, it does.
Yeah, and then we ended up both leaving and going home afterwards.
When I was that age, I did get a hotel with two guys and me and another girl, and
I was gonna say just Lala and
we
she got.
had the best time because we started with one couple and then we switched.
That was the plan. Like, that was our
great.
plan, absolutely. It just didn't happen that way.
One of the
because
boys is a
the girls
virgin.
were like, oh.
Yeah, so he got 2 in one night.
Lucky.
Lucky.
Damn.
I know, it was fun. It was fun. I was a
feel-
crazy
Wrecked him
girl.
for the rest of his life, too. He's been searching for that ever since.
Yeah.
Hey,
Can't have a
look,
relationship.
Ruined it.
we don't know. He may have found it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You used it when you were done.
Dirty girl.
Hey, I was learning I was in my sexual prime. I was all about it.
2 guys, 1 Lala.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, there was another girl too.
That was yes.
I did. Okay.
The
She was in the mix, too.
yes.
Well, no, we
In the
didn't.
rotation.
Together, we didn't.
At all? Nothing?
No, but there was another time that she had a boyfriend, and we both gave him a blowjob at the same time.
Oof.
That was fun.
That's hot.
Yeah, but we never did anything together, the 2 of us. Like
Were you ever curious?
with her?
Yeah.
No, but I've been with other girls.
I met with her, though. Like,
No, she was my best friend. She was like my sister.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is that interesting? Why are you
I don't know. I don't know. It just was interesting.
okay?
It is interesting to me.
Okay. Weird.
Lala.
Yeah.
Your sexual exploits are interesting to all of us.
That's true.
Okay.
Listeners, if you want to know more about Lala's sexual exploits, you can go ahead and call in to Candy Sweetbox and ask her all about them.
I'll tell you one more story. Also, we need to like talk about bathtubs because we had a little funny discussion earlier, and I want to hear some more details about your bathtub dodgings. But
Or lack of.
one time, I was having a little soiree in the shower, and this is before. Well, I already knew I was claustrophobic, and I didn't realize that steam in a shower in a bathroom would make me claustrophobic. And I was doing the deed in the shower, and I had to get out of there because I was gonna pass out, and I didn't get out of there fast enough, and I passed out, and I grabbed the shower curtain and ripped the whole thing down, and I fell out of the bathtub, and the guy at the time jumped out, and man, when I came to, we just busted up. We laughed so hard.
Wait, did he jump out of the tub? You just say
Well,
he jumped out.
I don't know. I passed out. I
came from somewhere.
When I
All right.
fell, I somehow inherently grabbed the shower curtain, and it went down with me.
Okay, no, that's what I was trying to get. Like you were in the shower with someone?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you
yeah,
were-
yeah.
Oh, so he was in there
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I came to, he was like standing above me,
Well, yeah.
and when I realized what happened, we just busted up. So yeah, I cannot have sex in the shower. I will pass out.
Okay. Good to know.
Only if it's steamy.
No, well, because
If
I've
it's just
tried.
boring sex, you might be okay.
I've tried a few times since then, and every time I get lightheaded and like I can't breathe. I gotta open the door, open the windows. I will pass out. And hey, don't stop on my account. Like just if I pass out, take advantage of that.
Hold on. Listeners, if you want to hear about Lala being taken advantage of while she's passed out, please message us.
And join Patreon.
Actually, yes, if you join Patreon, if we get how many Patreon subscribers would we have to get for you to tell stories about this?
I've told you my stories. I don't have any more.
Oh, you have plenty.
Like,
They're just tucked away.
It's just
in
that
there.
one just popped in my head that
Yeah.
I remembered.
yeah, same as mine though.
That's funny.
Listeners, if we get, let's say 10 Patreon subscribers before the next episode, we will have Lala definitely have another story about all this for us.
All right, you got it.
We will do our best to unlock her hidden secrets
Yes,
and
we shall.
memories.
Oh my.
Oh wow. So
Live.
speaking of bathtubs,
I mean,
so girls don't have an issue of well, I guess some girls can squirt when they masturbate. I'm not sure. I can't that I know of. But guys are like a fountain. So right? Like if you're laying in the tub and you're masturbating,
Did you lay in the tub when you masturbated?
When I was younger, yes.
No.
Which is weird because the shower was actually on.
I mean, for me, it was always, I was just like, this is gonna sound dumb, but I would always, I always like let myself float, and then I would just be like, yeah, as you can't see me do it, but I'm doing like a hand jerking gesture.
That's why you described it for this audio podcast.
Yeah, described for the audio podcast. I'm just like, floating and doing it, and then like it just really depends on how long it's been. Because, like, sometimes it'll just be, okay, little tiny plastic Dollar Tree squirt bottle. Or if it's been, like, a few weeks, it is motherfucking Old Faithful.
You get backed up.
Oh, yeah.
And where did it go?
Well,
everywhere.
Well, one time I will say, and I'm not embarrassed to say this, I underestimated not only the height, but the trajectory. And I took a shot to the face.
Nice.
And then that's the day I realized, I like shots to the face.
Oh,
there you go.
I did the exact same thing with minus the floating aspect because it was just the shower on, but I was just laying in the bathtub. Took one to the face and realized that day that I had to cover. When I was getting ready to
duck and cover?
Just cup the hand over the top and you're okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I feel so weird because, like, I never, like, laid in the tub and did it. At the most, I would like lean up against the back wall of the tub and just kind of.
That sounds dangerous.
What, standing?
Well,
Yeah,
slipping.
leaning back because what if your feet like slip and then all of a sudden you just wham,
Boom! There goes your tailbone.
Ow.
and then you slam the back of your head against the.
Well, obviously it didn't happen, thankfully.
Yeah.
And the other portion to that is I only rarely did it in the tub. I would usually just do it in my room because I had my own room.
In a sock.
Well, that's where you got lucky. Then.
Yeah.
I want to know if you guys have ever done it into a pie after you saw.
No.
Oh,
That is.
In fact.
That is. Wait, what?
Whoa.
noms.
Huh?
Huh? You're
was
making
your- what was
faces
your-
over
what's-
here.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
How
you
dare.
are.
What's your answer?
How
You
dare?
are.
How dare you assume?
Give us
Hold
some
on.
details.
Stop. We're not going to assume. We're going to ask. Noms, did you?
Maybe it was a pumpkin pie.
Fuck, it was. And the worst part about it is a tiny little story. I'll tell another story. Why not? If you like to hear Nom tell more stories.
Listeners, if you want Noms back on the podcast to hear more of his youth.
Because I have
This was
stories,
last year.
I have stories.
Oh,
It was last night. What are you talking about?
Oh, wow.
No, so it was after I had seen that. It was the first time I had ever seen that movie. And it was the day after. I think it was around Thanksgiving time. Don't judge me. And my aunt was making fresh pies in the oven. And she had asked me, she goes, okay, can you watch these pies? I'm going to go to the store and get some Cool Whip. And
Wait, say that again?
Cool Whip.
What? Why do you say it that way?
Say it like what?
Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool whip.
Cool Whip. So
For the listeners who know, that was a funny gag.
Mr.
Yeah.
Whipple.
Mr. Whipple. I just don't want it to be weird. Come on, I don't have an H in it. So she had asked me to watch these pies for her, and I'm thinking, I'm bored. It's a Saturday, I think, and I'm like, just saw this movie yesterday. Would she really notice about the pumpkin pie? So I thought, okay. So I take it out of the oven. I wait for a few seconds because I don't want to burn, I don't want to burn the tip of my cock, obviously. And I'm just like, okay, let's see how this feels. I'm like, whoa, okay. So it felt pretty good, but then I realized, I have made a mistake here because there's an indentation inside this pie. There's nothing I can do to fill it up. Indentation in this pie.
Wait. There's something you can do to fill it up.
No. Wait, did it feel good enough that you finished yourself?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't like I was going to shotgun blast into this pumpkin pie because like as soon as she came back, I'd be like, I don't think you're gonna need that Cool Whip after all. So yeah, so I'm like, okay, what can I do? So what I did is I took one for the team. I took the pie, I threw it on the floor, and then when she came back, I said, well, I'm an idiot, I'm clumsy, I accidentally dropped it. Sorry.
Okay, good cover up.
That's
Very good cover up.
Was it the only pumpkin pie?
There was 4, so
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
okay, I can
I
miss
have
one.
I have an honest question for the two of you. So we've all seen American Pie, right?
He's pointing at Thief and Noms.
Yeah, Thief and Knobs.
Thief and Knobs, hi.
We've all seen American Pie. You do realize that they were just talking about how it feels like a warm pie, right? It's
never
not an
done it.
actual pie.
I know that now. Thanks.
Wait, no, they showed him putting his penis in a pie.
They did show that in the movie, but they also said in the movie it feels like a warm pie. He was just dumb for the movie.
Does it feel like a warm pie?
I mean, depending on who you're with.
There's only one person here you can actually ask that question of.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a warm pie?
Noms, does it?
Well, let us all just get a little bit comfortable right now, and let me just explain to you what that feels like.
Pardon Noms while he whips this
he
out.
says-
Pardon me
Yes.
while I whip this out for a second. Yes and no. So it's a bit of both. Depending on what the weather's like, and how how long it's been cooking for, how long it's been on the windowsill, and depending on like how hard the pie spatula is to test the pie.
I have a question now.
Sure, of course.
While you were finishing the pie off,
You mean
Yeah,
just
of course.
testing the temperature to make sure it was done.
Yeah.
yes, while you were testing it,
It was done, by the way.
what? So you put your pieces into the pie.
My pieces, my
Your
piece.
your pieces. I don't know if you got how much of it you got in there. Anyway, you put yourself into the pie. What were you thinking at the time, if you remember?
If I remember, well, oh gosh, this is gonna.
Were you excited? or
I was
scared?
excited. I was thinking about one thing in particular. What
was her name?
God. It was my aunt's friend who was the same age as her, and she smelled like pumpkin spice all the time.
Hold on. Your aunt's friend.
My
Do you have
aunt's
some
friend.
pumpkin spice in the cabinet?
Not to my knowledge.
Damn it.
Oh,
Yeah.
but so that actually makes me think of something else because I was looking over the notes for today.
Yeah.
Something about older women than you.
Oh my god.
Wait. No.
No.
I gotta know.
No?
Did pumpkin pie get inside your,
It got on it.
but not in it?
No,
'Cause I would imagine it would just go in.
It got on it. I had to. Let's say I'm doing the motion. I had to do this. You can all see. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock the microphone. I had to do this and just kind of like.
Oh,
Like
that's-
I didn't eat it. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't eat it. I'm not a freaking animal.
Are you sure?
well,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I retract that statement. Yes, I am, but I'm not.
At that time, you weren't.
Yeah, at the time I was an animal. So, yeah, I had to do a bit of cleaning before she got back. But like I said, I saved the situation. I threw the pie on the ground. I'm a clumsy oaf. I'm sorry.
I wonder if her friend smelled pumpkin spice on you.
I hope she did at that time. But, you know.
All right, go ahead with your question now. Awesome. I just had this visual of this glob of pumpkin pie stuck
Glob.
to his penis. But all right.
Okay. So there's something I heard about. What'd you just do, Lala?
Allah.
He's now thinking about him flinging the pumpkin pie off of his penis in a mad gesture towards the floor, where it just thwacks against the ground and leaves little piles of pumpkin.
I'm so sorry. Try again.
Like if he helicoptered it, it could have been all over the ceiling, the walls.
chick, do the helicopter dick.
You want to press a chick? Helicopter did. Helicopter. No.
Okay, sorry. Ask your question again.
Back to square one.
Third time's a charm.
What was my question?
Something about pumpkin spice or
You've seen,
girls.
you have
or...
seen inside of the show notes.
Oh yeah. Older women than you.
Yeah.
So you're into older women?
Yeah. I have. It's one of my things that I've probably been interested in my since high school because my aunt had a lot of hot older friends, and she always brought them around the house. And the one that did smell like pumpkin spice, which initiated the fuck a pumpkin pie. Yeah, it's just older women. Just like they get a rise out of me. You know what I mean,
Literally.
yeah.
So
Literally a rise.
here's my follow-up question. Then,
Yeah.
have you had older women?
No, I haven't. It's one thing that has always been like this is great. I would like it to happen someday, but but I guess it really boils down to the whole. I mean, this is gonna sound far-fetched, but it's how I feel. The whole
Porno.
well, kind of, and the whole stepmom, step aunt,
Yeah.
older woman in your life figure kind of fantasy kind of thing, and because I think older women are amazing, with their wisdom, how they speak, and I'm just thinking they must have lots that they could probably teach me, and I would like to learn.
Yeah.
Yes,
and then
they could.
and then there's that whole physiological thing where we as males, we have our sexual peak in our teens, and women have theirs in their 30s, 40s. I forget.
50s or 60s.
Is it 50? they have that physiological sexual peak when they just like, okay, I'm ready for all the sex now. And Lala raises her hands.
So 30s it is then. Okay.
Times 2.
No.
Lies.
32.
No, that's not 30 times 2.
Oh, I can't math.
You can't
Sorry,
math.
I can't math.
So you never had the best friend's mom get a little tipsy and a little flirty and
High school, that almost happened once, but I was underage and I would not allow it.
you are a better child
Wow.
than I
Wait,
was.
hold on. Hold
no.
on.
If you'd like to hear another Nom story, please subscribe to Patreon.
Subscribe to Patreon. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, real quick, Noms.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what the Patreon website is?
www.patreon.com
/
Gotham Press Broadcast.
Well done.
Ah.
But it's also in the show notes. So if you can't remember that, just look at our notes.
It is. Now I got a question. So
Yeah.
you said this was your friend's?
It
mom?
was my senior year in high school. A friend that I hung out with sometimes. He wasn't really he was a friend, but he was like
You liked his mom more than him.
I liked his mom more than him.
All right. So that leads me into this.
Uh-huh.
You said this was in high school. You were a senior, right?
Yeah, I was a senior. I was 17. It was a few months before I was going to turn 18.
And she was flirting with you.
Flirting as okay, if you could call flirting. Technically, she put her hand on my junk. Yeah, flirting.
Wow!
Yeah.
Was she drunk?
She only had one glass. She only had one glass of Merlot, so I'm not sure.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, listeners. I need a moment.
Okay, if you need more context, I will explain. It wasn't just me and her. She's being my private tutor. I can show you how to math if you want. No, it was an actual party that I was invited to.
But I don't care about who else was there.
Uh-huh.
She intentionally touched your junk,
Yeah.
and you didn't take that hint?
I didn't. I kind of took that hint. Like there was a little bit of there was some making out. There was some groping.
Wait, you made out with her?
Yes.
You don't have to yell into the mic. Awesome.
Yes, I did.
As a mom
Uh-huh.
of two 20-year-olds,
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Oh no, I'm either gonna get scolded. I'm probably gonna get scolded.
you're not going to get
No.
scolded. I'm just going to say I have never
Aw.
been attracted to one of my children's friends.
Okay, well, back to Nom's story.
Because I look at them as my children. Like, I help. Yeah, sorry.
Boring.
Sorry, yeah, boring. I did tell my not a nephew how to pull a girl's hair.
your what?
and
You're who?
You're who? What?
my not a nephew, like
Not a
my
nephew?
Not a
my
nephew.
bestest friend's son, who's the same age as me.
Nana's nephew.
No.
Not
Not
a
a
nephew.
nephew.
Okay, I get her now.
Practically a nephew, but not a nephew.
Not a physical.
Not a physical nephew. But I did teach him how to just gently run your hand up her back and up her neck, and once you get to the hairline, you just grab the handful of hair, and then you pull her head back, and then you kiss her.
How in the hell did you teach this child of innocence something like this without blowing their minds?
He blew somewhere else.
Seriously, he had a hard time talking to me for a while after that, but now I think he's like, I need more information.
He wants a lot more information
more
because
information.
now you just created this whole fetish in his head.
Oh yeah. Noms, back to you.
And our newest, most listened to episode is this one now.
Right.
I don't even know. They're going to be like, Noms, what is wrong with you?
I didn't physically do it to him.
I know, but just describing it, you had to have known that would have an effect.
Oh, hell yeah. And his girlfriend was right there laying on the bed going...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well done, Lala. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Very well done.
I might have had some rum prior to the discussion.
Okay. And we were talking about something else. What was it?
I forgot.
You were talking about making out with your high school moms. Something or other.
Friends mom.
Like, that was probably like my one thing in high school. Like, his high school moms were so hot. They still are. But so anyway.
Wait, specifically high school moms?
No, like moms in general, but that's a different story for a different day. If you'd like to hear more moms. Noms
and moms.
Noms and moms, yeah. So while
that needs to be a segment.
While that's happening, I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, if word gets out, I'm gonna be on like a Dateline special or something like that, 48 hours.
How are you gonna be on the special?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like I was only thinking worst case, because that stage in my life, I'm like, what is going on? I don't understand. This is crazy. And normally, like me, like being how I was, I'd be like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I'm not thinking about the repercussions right now. But the fact that, like, I think the fact that she was drunk, they're like, the inner person in me is like, you know what? I'm not the kind of person who will take advantage of a girl who is under the influence of alcohol. So if I want it to happen, I want it to be real. So that's when I just said, thank you very much. That was hot, but I don't think I can. And she was cool with it.
Are you cool with it?
I'm very cool with the fact that she was cool with him saying no.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like, that is actually very cool.
Would you have been able to say no thank you?
I wouldn't have.
In his position?
Actually, that's not true. I probably would have been too scared to go through with it.
Oh.
So I would have panicked my way out of it. And been like, no, I can't. I got to go. There's something. Fish are dying in somewhere. I got to feed them. Like, I would have just panicked and
I need to water the plants. I need to wash my hair.
Being like the hero of the day and like, I'm slaying this cougar.
I left the roast in the oven. Sorry, I got to go.
So the fact that you haven't been with an older woman, is it a fear thing?
It's not a fear thing for me. It's just a kind of...
You're afraid it might not be all that you're thinking it could be?
No. How can I say this without... Okay, I would first like to say I'm very confident in myself. I have a lot more confidence. But it's just the fact that, like, I haven't had any older woman look at me and say, yeah, I want you, boy.
So you're waiting for a woman to make the move on you?
Yeah.
As Lala reaches over with the crop and gently caresses Noms.
Careful. No, it's just that how this basically, to summarize how I got out of that situation, is I basically said, you're intoxicated. I used that word. I never use big words like that. I said, you're intoxicated, and I don't think it's right while you're intoxicated.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, it's just that this situation has never presented itself to me because, like in my own head sometimes I'm thinking, I'm like, I have that thing in my head. I'm like, do older women like guys like me? I don't know.
Point of order here. Captain Awesome, Gotham Breast Podcast. I think she liked you.
I think so.
There's an owl in here, apparently.
Awesome. Have you ever been with an older woman?
I have.
Did you like it?
I enjoyed myself.
Like much older? A couple years older? Mom age? Grandma age?
This would have been wow.
Don't knock it till you try.
Her knees are knocking. Her dentures are clacking.
Clack, clack.
Wow.
She gonna gum you?
So real quick, gonna come back to this. Old roommate of mine, he was always talking about he wanted to go on a denture adventure.
Oh.
Basically, be with an older woman who had dentures, have her take the dentures out, and just go into it. All right, but as far as me personally, actually, when let's see, I'm trying to think how old was I? I think somewhere in my mid to late 20s, I'll say, was with a woman who was in her mid 40s, I think. Mm-hmm. So that was fun. And it was really interesting because I worked with her, and what?
Nothing.
You get that look like
I know, just work and sex is not always the best thing, but go ahead.
yeah, so we had been flirting at work, but hadn't really done anything because work. And then one day at the end of our shift, she was like, "You want to come by?" Yes.
Let's get it on.
So I went over. Here's a funny story about that. As I'm there, she's like, "So butt stuff?" I was like, "This is before I knew any." I was like, "What do you mean butt stuff?"
Oh, is she a man?
No,
I like anything butt stuff.
No, she was saying butt stuff on me.
Oh.
Oh.
I was like,
Oh.
"No, I'm good." She's like, "You sure?" Most of the guys I've been with, they like. I'm like, I'm good, thanks. So, because all I knew at that point is, if you do butt stuff, you're gay.
Even with a woman? I don't think it makes you gay if you're with a
If
woman.
you say no homo, it don't count.
Oh, there you go. Now you know the rules.
As a younger awesome, I felt the same way. Like as a younger me, it was anything but stuff was gay. Like it didn't matter.
Even with a woman.
It didn't matter.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't matter. Because if I liked it, then what does that mean about me? Am I gay?
No, it just means you have good. Oh,
Which
yes.
we
Well, at
all
the age. Okay.
understand now, but
Yeah.
yes.
So to answer your question, yes, I've been with older women a few times in life. So yeah,
Thief?
I've been with an older person. I still don't know if it was a man or a woman.
Okay. That's fair.
They presented as a
fun.
female and acted like a female, but I really have my doubts now. But I was 17. They were probably late 30s.
Oh.
And it happened, I was at home, and the phone rings, and it's like 10 o'clock at night. Nobody calls our house that late, because my dad goes to bed like super early. And he picks it up, and I'm pretty sure he's just going to yell and scream at whoever's on the phone. Instead, he listens for a couple minutes, and he goes, "You must be wanting to talk to my son." And he tells me to pick up the phone. So I pick up the phone, and this person just starts talking like sexual.
wait, hold on.
Whoa.
I need some context in this.
There is no context.
Wait, hold on. So your dad picks up the phone,
Right?
and after a few seconds, it wasn't that he
No,
immediately...
minutes.
Oh, after a few minutes.
Yeah, it was a good 3 or 4 minutes later.
So he didn't immediately get you the phone, which makes me think, what were they saying to your father?
Probably the same thing.
I was just going to say probably the same script.
Same question right
Yeah.
there, yeah. What were
So-
they saying? Oh my God.
They were like, what are you doing right now? What are you wearing? How are you feeling? Do you want to know what I'm wearing? Do you want to know what I'm doing? And all this. And so it turned into phone sex, which lasted a few different times until they said, well, you should come pick me up.
All right.
A few different times, a few different nights?
Yeah, different nights.
Several, okay.
Several nights. And so I was like, okay. And so I picked them up in a parking lot so that they didn't know, or I didn't know where they lived exactly. And we made it about 3 blocks. I see the hand. What's the question?
Where did you meet this person?
It was off of Oak and
No,
On the phone.
no.
On the phone.
Random phone conversation. So this person could have been anybody at this point.
Okay, well, I'm just not used to having just a random phone conversation happen.
It was the first for me.
Okay.
But I was
Calls?
going
What
with
the-
it, and we get like a couple of blocks, and they're like trying to get at my zipper. And finally, I was like, well, where can we go? And they're like, just pull in here. So I pull into this house, and in the driveway, it's dark. And then we both get out, and we go to the back of the driveway. They go down on their knees. My pants are undone. I'm as happy as can be. Get probably the best blowjob of my life. My young life at that point. Probably one of the only blowjobs of my young life at that point. And then they're like, we should go. And I was like, you don't want to, like, I can walk you inside. And she's like, I don't live here.
Oh.
It's like,
Wow.
What? Yeah. She's
So
like,
she
"I don't
just
know.
wanted to give you a blowjob.
Don't know whose house this is. So then I took her home, found out where she lives, went inside,
Oh.
laid in bed together. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this, for a couple of hours, lots of oral for me, but strangely wouldn't let me, like, do too much to her.
Ah, now I see where the question comes in.
Yeah. But at the time,
You don't care.
Yeah.
questions are going off, and same time, my brain's like, shut up.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up. Stop asking questions.
Do you not feel this?
Yeah. So that kind of happened a few different times. I went back over there a few different times before I don't remember why I stopped going. Maybe I was just uncomfortable with myself.
Happens.
Me.
You know, yeah.
But,
I've been through that too.
Like how much older?
well,
If you were 17-ish?
like a couple of months later.
No,
is
no,
when
no.
it stopped.
No.
No,
How
she's
how
a-
much older was this person?
Like 34, 35.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
And I was 17. So
Yeah.
that was also a thing. And they'd also want me to tell them, like, gay stories while they were giving me head.
Oh.
I was like, I don't have any. And they're like, make some up.
Gotcha.
Improv it.
Yeah, I get you.
And that was hard for me because I would like, okay, I can think of some gay stories. So I start getting into the story, but then downstairs things aren't going so well.
Yeah, because
Oh,
that's
I'm
not what
I'm
you're
not,
going for.
I'm not getting off on the story, but at the same time, I'm like, story time. Let me make this a good fucking story, you know? So
Yeah.
like,
Make it good for this person, you
yeah.
know? Yeah.
So yeah.
wow. You guys have had some adventures.
Yeah.
Hey, Lala,
Hey,
what kind of adventures have you had?
Have you ever been with an older woman?
an older woman? No.
Oh,
No, not an older woman. I'm trying to think. No. I'm usually attracted to my age, but bigger women.
Okay.
Like, that can. I like a bigger man, a bigger woman who can, like, overpower me.
Who can throw you around?
Yeah. In any scenario, it's always, they got to be stronger. So that's what I'm attracted to. But I haven't been with younger, like every guy I've ever dated is younger than me, but only by 2 or 3 years.
Guys, we got to
So-
hit the gym.
yep.
Why? What? You guys,
You guys got it.
I did.
I don't get it. Anyway,
Listeners got it.
so
Anyway.
I've never also been with a really young man. I've never done that. Not saying that I wouldn't.
Ooh.
Here's a question, and this is something that I wholeheartedly believe, as a straight man, that I can have sex with any of the Anne Rice vampires and still be straight.
Wait, I gotta go back. Brad, aka Heckler, aka Bradman, whatever you guys want to call him.
Brad man.
He is 10 years younger than me. So does that count?
That's quite a bit.
But he acts older than me
Yeah.
in the Dom Lee situation. In life, when we're just running amok, no. He does not act older than me.
I did not realize he was that much younger.
I
yeah.
didn't either.
Yeah, I forgot.
Cradle rocker over here. Not Robin, just rocking.
But you just said vampire, and I seriously woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning because I got bit by a vampire in my dream, and I was so horny, and
You're welcome.
And Brad enjoyed.
Right.
no, nobody enjoyed.
I know.
I still haven't had an opportunity to see if it's any different on the
Test the waters.
Yeah, I haven't. But I did get a text from a fan who said,
A fan?
"I need to know if it feels different too."
Wow.
I know.
Sometimes you should leave with these things. We're getting texts from fans.
Oh yeah. I get texts from fans and messages on Facebook.
Are they a
and-
Patreon subscriber?
I don't know.
If not, you don't reply to those
Yeah.
texts.
Well, she's also my friend.
Oh, well,
Oh,
that's
okay.
different.
But she's a fan of the show. She loves the show.
Yay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay, all right.
Thank
Shout
you
out.
for being a fan.
Yeah. In fact, she is one of the reasons. She is one of the.
Travel
She is
down
one of the
road and
reasons
back again.
that I thought, hey, we should ask Thief to join us on a semi-permanent basis until Greedy is
Because apparently
figured out what he wants to
the
do.
listeners love your voice.
Aw.
I feel so honored, yet also terrified.
No, don't feel terrified. Feel objectified. That's what you do.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Probably after this one, they're going to be like, who is this Noms, and can we have him removed permanently?
They're gonna be like, can we
These dirty
replace
ass
Thief with
stories.
Noms?
No, what happens now is you are just a guest, so you'll be gone anyway. I get kicked off the podcast because I just want these two.
I just want those two from now on.
No,
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 no.
no.
That'll never happen.
It will never
Because
happen.
if that ever happened, there would never be a podcast.
There
A
would-
podcast?
because
Yeah.
you and I have no freaking idea what
Yeah.
this does.
No.
This machine,
This board with all the cool, pretty colors on it. No.
this vagina splatted thing
Yeah,
here
I
that
thought
he's
this was
looking
a
at.
Star Wars prop or something. In the middle of the table. It looks
Hey.
like Darth Vader's chest.
I built that. I built that by myself.
The whole thing?
No, I just plugged in stuff. You gave me a gift a week ago.
I gave you a
And
gift a week ago?
You gave me a gift a week ago of some writings of yours.
Oh, that's wrong.
Can I share one of my favorites?
Sure.
You don't mind really?
No.
Oh my gosh. The fairy story.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, there was such a twist. So you should just do a little. You know it really well, so you should do a Reader's Digest version of it.
Do you know your stories?
Do you know it, or do you want me to try to do it?
Well, I don't know by heart. Like the story, I don't know the story.
No,
by
no,
heart.
no, not to. Okay,
Just the plot or
The
the
gist?
subject, the gist of it.
so hot, and so creepy at the same time. Like, oh my god.
I was kind of going for the whole Splice vibe of it. It was supposed to be a little bit of both.
Yeah, it was good.
Splice, where they create the DNA, they splice DNA to create a creature. Wow, create the creature. Then their funding gets shut down, so instead of destroying all of the creatures they've created, they decide to smuggle one home because it's adorable and they want it to be their daughter.
Oh,
They
that
wanna
okay.
raise
I remember
it.
that. I remember it now.
And then, yeah, adolescence hits and she gets boobs
And she gets horny.
and she gets horny.
Are we talking about the same story? What the hell are you
No,
talking
talking
about?
about Splice?
He's talking about Splice, the
The
movie.
Splice.
Okay, I'm talking about the story.
Yeah, so go ahead with the story now.
So the story just is about a guy who is out wandering the meadows next to the forest and gets a little creature lands on his shoulder and says hi. And he's like, what the hell? And it's a little fairy. And it's the most beautiful creature he's ever seen. And she's a little devious and a little sexy.
A lot sexy. Very naked.
Yes, fairies are nude. But they are colored.
Listeners, if you want to send us some artwork of Lala having a fairy land on her that is very sexy, please send that. Please send those drawings to
No.
Gotham Press Podcast
No.
at gmail.com.
I want to be the fairy.
Oh,
Oh.
I want to be the fairy because
please draw Lala
I know.
as the fairy.
I know how this story ends, so I want to be the fairy.
All right, continue, Thief.
I don't know how to continue it.
Your voice is so soothing. Like, oh my
The
goodness.
fairy landed on the shoulder.
Yeah, and so she's whispering to him in his ear, and then he's talking to her back and asks her what's her name. She tells him. I'm not going to say what the name is because you have to-
Rumpelstiltskin.
No, but if you look it up, you'll see some interesting things on the name. So she kind of seduces him, and he has sex with her in a way, while she's in his mouth and against his lips and his tongue. He can taste her.
Sour
She's
apple.
in his head. There's a story about that too.
Okay.
And she's in his head, and it's kind of like a mind fuck, but also very physical for him. Before he realizes that he's no longer standing in the meadow, he's laying down. he's kind of losing consciousness in and out. And he realizes that he's been drugged. That's when the other fairies start to come out and land on him.
Green fairies?
No. And then the feast can begin.
Oh. Okay, I
And he
got
doesn't
you.
mind at all because he is in the best place he's ever been.
Yeah.
The just the way it's written, like how she's on his tongue and she's rolling around and gyrating on his tongue and he's getting excited and he can taste the apple and then now he wants to move his tongue a little to help her because she's a little fairy.
Do you want people to read the story? Or you want to tell them the
It's
whole
so
story?
good. I love that scene. Like made me just want to touch myself so much.
Yeah.
I do
same.
believe that story
Strangely.
is on my FetLife in my writings.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
it's good. It's
if
so
not,
good.
I will put it there. But
So, Thief, what's your pet life?
Thief of Dreams.
Thief of Dreams.
I
Yeah.
had to think about that one for a second.
I don't remember what it's called though. That one story.
I don't know.
Well, you'll just have to peruse his
Something Fae,
writings.
Fae something,
Maybe,
F-A-E.
yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
it's hot. It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah,
It's
it's
hot.
kind of hot actually.
the candy apple or the sour apple thing
Mm-hmm.
came from a person
Oh,
that I asked, "Hey, what do you taste like?"
okay.
And she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "What do you taste like?"
Are you talking about like her hoo-ha?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "I don't know how to answer that." I was like, "You have to answer that. Like, tell me, what do you taste like? Describe yourself to me." And so that's where that came from. So that got put into the
And
story.
so she said sour apple?
Yeah.
Nice.
And did you get to taste?
No,
Damn.
that wasn't part of the deal.
All right. That's fair. I was told I taste like cantaloupe. Like honeydew melon, like cantaloupe, like melon.
Okay, honeydew and
I love
cantaloupe are
melon.
two totally different.
I know. Maybe it was honeydew.
It was honeydew.
Okay, thank you. Oh, it was honeydew. Yeah.
Wait, how do
That's
you know?
so bizarre.
Because she said it on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Did you
Oh,
say
yeah.
it on the
That's
podcast?
true. I did.
Yeah.
I did because Greedy had the honeydew energy drinks. Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Nom,
A lot
nom,
happens.
nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
Anyway. Wow, what a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, are we at the end?
Pop quiz.
I think we're close to being at the end. What's
Or
up?
pop question, not
Okay,
pop quiz.
yes, go.
This isn't speed.
Speed round. Yes. No. What?
Without going too far into it, give me quick descriptions of what you think the difference between a top and a dom is. And we'll start with Austin.
A top is generally just a person that is in the dominant type role for a scene, maybe even in a relationship, but does not completely fall into that, hey, I am going to be your dominant. They don't take that title of dominant for themselves. They're just like, hey, if we're playing, I'm the one in charge.
Awesome.
I agree with that. And
Do you have anything to add to it?
not to the top because he covered it really well. But a dominant would be someone who is in charge, makes the rules, make sure you follow the rules, right? I mean, yeah.
Noms?
I'm still somewhat new, but what they said seems exactly right. But one really small thing I want to add is, say like you're going to like top somebody who is a top. Like, will that top then be your bottom if you are a top?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you're playing with a Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Not a Nintendo Switch.
No, that's what you want to play with.
You can't find those anywhere right now.
Okay, so everybody keeps saying, "Oh, look on Amazon." Yeah, but they're freaking $600. I can get one at Target for $3. I don't want to pay $6. I want to pay $3.
Then you
that's-
don't want one very
That's
badly.
my fight.
Yeah.
I do. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about. Did you have another pop question?
No, that was it.
Okay.
Glad we can answer your question.
Do you feel like you got a good answer?
Yeah.
You
I saw it circulate as a question
Oh.
a little bit, so I just thought I would throw it out as like a quick thing to
okay?
just kind of, without going too deep into it.
Yeah. I think there's different levels of being a top also. Like when you're negotiating,
Yes.
you can also negotiate your toppiness,
That is
How
definitely a
toppy
word.
top? You want to be a tip top
a tippy top, or
Tippy
a
top.
little top.
or a little top?
I would think it comes more so from the bottom side, like, hey, how much do you want me to actually be in charge of what's going on? If you're having that sort of conversation.
Oh,
Like, what is the bottom comfortable with?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, how much
I
to
agree.
give up?
Like during negotiation,
Yeah.
it's important. Yeah.
And negotiations, those are not one-time things, right? Like, those are constantly evolving, constantly being updated,
Yeah.
constantly changing.
Oh yeah, I have negotiations with Brad all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. Brad listens to her and then says, "No, I'm good."
I didn't want any
Kind
subs
of.
out there to feel like they're trapped into a situation because of they previously agreed to something they're no longer comfortable with.
Oh.
No, never feel trapped. You are always able to say, "No, this
Yes.
isn't working for me."
The thing too is if you do negotiate, say you negotiate butt stuff, and you do said butt stuff, then the next time, if the dom wants to do butt stuff, she can say, we did it. I negotiated it. I didn't really like it that much. Can we take that off the board for a little while and try something different? That's totally okay.
Also, to add to that, from the other side, the dom should be doing like a quote unquote after action report. How was that for you? Did you enjoy it? Is there anything that would have made it better? Or is this just something you're not into? That sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Brad and I do that all the time. It's like I don't want to say ego booster, but it kind of does
It
fall
is.
in that line. Like,
It is.
did I do good? Did you like everything we did? Would you do anything different? Would you want anything different? It's,
Well, that gives me an idea for a topic.
ooh,
A top
Not this
pick.
time, though.
okay.
Next time.
Next time.
Yeah. So
forget.
negotiations can always be changed.
Next week, you'll be like, so what was that topic you were thinking of? And I'll be like, oh, shit. I don't know.
Make sure you write it down.
I would, but I'm afraid to flip my phone over because as soon as I do, the notifications are going to go off.
Oh,
So
well, just remember it, and then once we're
I
done
already
recording.
forgot it.
Damn it. We tried.
Noms,
Yeah?
as a pet,
Uh-huh.
do you negotiate?
The only thing I don't really know if I would consider what Moxley's what his like guidelines are. I don't know if that's technically the same thing. Like there are like a set of rules, or not really even rules. Like I let people know, hey, this is how he is. This is how to to deter him. And if you have any questions, consult she's not my handler. My wife is not technically my handler, but just consult her and she will say yes or no. So I don't know if that counts as negotiation, does it?
I think it kind of does.
it
It
falls
falls in
as-
the line.
Yeah.
I
it
just
falls
lay
on
down
something.
I just let people know, hey, this is how he is. Like for example, I always say, okay, if he gets on you and you would not like him on you, he responds well to positive things and kindness. Like if you say, oh, hi Moxley, no thank you, he'll be like, okay, and he'll go somewhere else. If you say, no, stop it, he will get upset or he will get sad.
Oh, we don't want
Because
sad
I
Moxley.
mean, yeah, like no one's seen sad Moxley yet. So
Well,
and
that's
that's
good.
good. I'm glad because like that's something that I did not want. I did not want somebody be mean to him. He'd be like, oh, can I bring him out? So yeah, I mean, I guess I could count those as negotiations.
Yeah, that's good.
The negotiations were
Cool.
short.
What are you putting on your lips?
Chapstick. Burt's Bees medicated
That's what you hope is in there.
noms. Have you been in my purse?
No, don't say anything. Just leave it ambiguous.
Wait, thief. Do I need to worry about you?
How do you mean?
Again, don't say anything. Just leave it ambiguous. And she never found out.
Always worry about everybody.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Did we miss me not paying attention?
There was a thing that happened in Michigan,
Yeah,
last
Michigan.
week.
Ooh, yeah.
The floods, the dams basically couldn't hold back the floodwater, so they both let go.
Oh wow.
And so 10,000 people had to be evacuated, and they are homeless and without.
Wait, Michigan? Where in Michigan?
I can only tell you what. Nope, I can't even tell you that because I didn't write it down. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's
But it's along the Tassalili River or something like that. I'm sorry. I didn't write that down.
I have friends that are near Detroit, and they're one of their favorite parks that they go to. They posted a video, and it was just floodwaters rushing through.
Oh wow.
And I was like, it's scary, but at the same time, it's really beautiful to like watch the video. And she's like, yeah, it's not so beautiful for us.
Yeah, a
That makes
Facebook.
sense.
Yeah, a Facebook friend of mine from Michigan had posted a video of just I don't know if it was like a police van or a firefighters van. It was basically over a loud intercom. The dam has failed. Evacuate now. And just like how scary that really must have been, like to hear that. But like Steve said, if you see the floodwater flowing, it's actually quite beautiful in its own way, you know.
So this is Edenville and Sanford dams failed, and they said something. It says Edenville and Sanford failed, and the Tittabawassee River. It says and the Tittabawassee River.
Lake Titicaca, gotcha.
Does that mean that the river failed too? Because the sentence ends right there, so I don't understand.
It probably means that the river is overflown with the runoff.
Yeah, I think so. So it's just really sad. So
Yeah.
to our listeners in Detroit, Michigan,
We
Or
hope you're
just
safe and we
Michigan.
love you.
it says Detroit,
Okay.
and then it says Michigan. I
So-
don't know.
If you live in Michigan and you were affected by this,
Our
Send
hearts
thoughts
are
are with you.
out to you.
Send
Yeah.
our love, send our prayers, and our positive vibes.
Yeah, and hopefully we can bring some laughter to your day for an hour.
I'm
Or
sorry if you
confusion.
did-
Or
or you're just
confusion.
scarred because you've heard those stories, you know.
That's true too. Be careful picking up shampoo bottles out of the floodwaters.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Ew.
You loved it.
Oh, and
no noms.
oh my goodness.
Yes,
that-
no.
That's a bad noms. Bad noms.
Yeah. On that note,
Oh god. All right, hey noms.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. I'm scared.
Final thoughts. Well, it's just I will say it's really glad to be back. It's good to see your faces. I missed you all very, very much. And to all the listeners out there, thank you for sitting and listening to my stories. And I love you all very much.
More so now that you know more about them.
Exactly.
Thief, final thoughts.
My final thought would be: don't forget to take time out of your day to pet yourself.
Arr?
Whether you take that in a sexual way or just a reassuring, calming
Pet.
way, then you can. Totally up to you.
Can I bet someone else?
You can.
Yes. Lala, final thoughts.
No, I don't have any. I want to go home and masturbate.
Well, you can definitely do that. I mean, you don't have to go home for all that, but sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You probably find more privacy here than at
Yeah.
home.
No, nobody is home right now.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why she was rushing us.
I got that.
Gotcha.
Well, no, I'm not rushing you. We just. Awesome. Do you have any final thoughts?
Hurry up.
Other than thoughts of you masturbating? Let's see. Final thoughts. This episode went a totally different way than I was expecting. I
Sorry.
wasn't expecting the circle jerks, the masturbatory life stories. Yeah, I enjoyed the episode, but wow.
That was a lot of information.
Listeners, I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you'll be back next week. Please. But with that, we are out.
Bye.
Bye.